Hi, hello. Welcome to JOA. If you are new to this channel, please, I really do appreciate it if you do click that subscribe and you click that bell button. It would really do mean a lot to me. As well, y'all, you know I gotta promote the situation in Palestine. You know I gotta promote that on a daily basis. And you guys know I've been preaching for me to be on The View. Please do call that number. We're supposed to have, my guest is supposed to be coming on. We're supposed to be on at the moment. We've done a live preview before we got on. Before I got on live, we done a live preview, so I'm not really sure if she's coming or not. And I'm waiting. So we can just get along and go along with the show. They got so many other things that's been going on around the world in the media sphere. It's been crazy between just everything that's going on in the world with this whole pandemic, with the mask wearing, with COVID, with the whole situation. And I want to go ahead and talk about Governor DeSantis. You know, Governor DeSantis is really just being outspoken out there in the world with this whole COVID situation going on. It's really terrible. It's really horrible. Governor DeSantis actually he threatens to withhold the salaries of superintendents and school board members who defy his executive order prohibiting mask mandates. So he does not want mask mandates to be enacted at all with school districts. And so he is telling these superintendents that he will pull salaries, he will pull funding. Now, at first, when this came out, there was first a public post of school districts saying we need you guys to wear the masks, and then that's when DeSantis ended up coming out saying that no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this at all. This is what we're going to do. We're not going to enact this at all whatsoever. And so then pretty much 90-something% of people end up retracting that. But they are about 2 to 4 school districts, school officials, saying that they're not on board with the whole mask mandates. Now, I do believe that he is not saying don't wear masks, but I do believe he's giving parents and employees the options of whether or not they should wear a mask or not. Because conservatism, it's all about your quote unquote freedom. It's all about your quote unquote freedom. All right, so I got somebody in here. Why the hell are you late?
Shut up.
Why are you late? What happened? Huh? What happened?
I did something wrong. Give me a break. I'm old. You like old school, don't you?
What you did wrong?
I don't know what's going on. I couldn't hear anything, so I went back out and came back in again. I don't know what was going on.
No, I didn't see you. This is my first time seeing you. Come on. But look, I put the interview out there last night. I know it's been a year. You know how long it took that interview to upload? 6 hours. It took 6 hours for it to 100% upload. So a lot of people like it. We got mixed responses. From that interview. I mean, they got one person called you crazy, then they got one person called me a Republican, then they got some people actually loved the interview. Yeah, don't worry about it.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. So tell us that interview was about a year ago. So and they know me. They know sometimes I procrastinate. Y'all, when I tell you she got on me, because she's a former professor, she got on me like a teacher. Why are you so late with the interview? That's how she was saying. She was like, why are you so late? Like, what happened? So what's been going on with you since then? Let us know.
Actually, I forgot about it myself. I don't know. I hear some background noise. I don't think this is helping me any. Hold on.
You always hear background noises. You always.
Oh,
Y'all hear background noises in the comment? Do y'all hear it in the comments? Background noises?
That's weird.
Let me know in the comments. I don't hear anything.
I hear you great. I hear background noises in my earpiece. So I'm just gonna stop the earpiece. It didn't help me none. So let me just disconnect.
Okay. So what you been doing? What changed? You got a boo? You got a new job? What's been going on? I can't hear you. Yes, what? You hear background noises for the replay? Okay, I can hear you.
Yep, you hear me now?
Okay, they're saying they can hear background noises. That's what they're saying.
They said they hear background noises?
Yeah, but I can hear you good on my end.
Yeah, but I hear background noises too. I hear you fine. Did they hear me? Did they hear me fine?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we're fine. So no boo. I'm past those days. I'm too old to care.
What you mean you're too old? So you don't date anymore?
Well, I think that when people are in their 20s and 30s, they want to, maybe get married, have kids or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm not interested in that. So I'm kind of like real chill. If I meet somebody, I do. If I don't, I'm not worried about it. But when I was in my 20s and 30s, I mean, I was normal, but now I'm like, whatever. So no boo. But
what you mean, whatever? So you don't date? When I say boo, I mean like open to dating and,
Yeah. I'm open to dating. But
no, I'm old school too. I'm not talking about how a lot of these mainstream people they hoe out. I'm not talking about it like that. Like having somebody at the night kicking them out. I'm not talking about those hoish people. I'm talking about, just in general, whether you're old school or not, You're open to that, just nothing happening.
So I'm open if somebody comes along that I find attractive.
Right. How about because I remember last time I saw a video of you doing a segment on TV with another host. You said Ted Cruz was cute. That's what you said.
Ted Cruz?
Yeah. You want me to pull that clip up? Yeah, you said that.
Oh, Lord.
You said that.
You heard me?
You have a different feeling that. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah.
Ted Cruz.
No, you don't find him attractive anymore, huh?
No wonder they thought I was a Republican.
Huh? No, they call me. They call me a Republican. They call me that.
Oh, they called you a Republican.
Yeah, they call me that. Yeah.
Jesus. No, I wouldn't take Cruz. I don't like.
Yeah, but you did call him that. You did say he was cute. Yeah.
I guess there's a couple of cute white guys. I'm not really into white guys, but I mean, I can go. He's cute, but it's not my cup of tea. I like black guys normally. Okay. Now I do go walking. I've been trying to go a little walking because I've been getting a little thickum. So a guy was asking me about 2 weeks ago. Looks like he was African, looked like he was young. I'm like, dude, I could be your mom. No, I'm not Vivica Fox. I don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, but Africans they have like old school cultural values to them. A lot of them, they're not like these Americans. A lot of them, they're mature. They're more mature. They're beyond their years.
We don't do men who could be my son.
You don't? That's fine. So
he's got to call Vivica. He's got to call Vivica.
How about jobs? Because I know at that time you were working on a documentary. You said you're in school with your master's, I believe.
Yeah. So Yep. So
just finished your master's?
Done. I have a master's in fine art and visual art. She ready. So I finished in May of 2021. And so I'm just kind of out here looking for freelance gigs, but I'm still working on my own projects as well. But I got to pay the bills. So I just finished a little freelance story producer job. It was like days. And what the story producer does is they actually do a little editing. So they take the footage and they try to shape the story for the main editor, because that's a lot of like watching and clicking and all that stuff. So I was trying to shape the story. It's a I can't say the name, but it's for a Food Network show about a lady in Atlanta who's a celebrity chef and has her event planning business, and she's got a big personality and has all these workers. It's all this fast-paced stuff. So we'll see if it gets picked up. I'll be the co-executive producer, but it was a 10-day job.
Yeah, because a year ago, we did that interview a year ago, and y'all, before we got on here, we did a preview. She got on me like she my teacher. She's like, you would love me as a student. No, like seriously, you would love me as a student. I play no games. Like I'm neurotic about my grades. I expect A's, But, I remember when I did that interview, you said you were working on your master's. So, I'm nosy. So how are you making your money? How are you making your money right now?
Actually, I'm on unemployment like everybody else.
Okay,
it's when the pandemic hit. Well, it just was a weird thing. So when the pandemic hit, maybe back as a freelancer, you're always looking for jobs. So I'm always kind of in and out of work. But when the pandemic hit, it made it even worse. So I had one or two little contracts that I was going to be doing for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks or something like that, or 6 months. So I do a little PR, so some PR contracts. When the pandemic hit, everything shut down. There was no interviews to get the person. You couldn't go to radio stations or TV stations. And nobody knew in the beginning, like, what to do. They didn't know about the Zoom thing in the beginning and all that. So I had no unemployment. So I'm still on unemployment till I get a job.
Yeah, when we get off of here, I got to ask you about that PR stuff. Because I've been trying to get into social media marketing like a lot of these people do. If they help like different people in different industries with their social media stuff. So I don't know if that has to do anything with what you were doing, whatever, but I need to ask you, stuff about that, when we get off of here. So let's go back to DeSantis. That's your boyfriend, right? Governor DeSantis. You like him, right? So DeSantis, like I said, Florida Governor DeSantis threatens to withhold the salaries of superintendents and school board directors who defy his executive orders prohibiting mask mandates. So what do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him how he's going about in Florida? Florida is right now up at least 24,000 COVID cases. Last Friday alone, they got 24 K cases. So what are your thoughts on on his, governing in Florida? What do you think about that?
I think that Governor DeSantis is just like, he's missing the mark. I understand a lot of people want to have their, what do you want to call it? Their full rights, freedom, if you will, and control over their bodies. I'm a big proponent of that. Freedoms, I do get the idea of the freedom thing, but at the same time, it's kind of like you can't have it all. I really think that Mr. DeSantis is running for public office again through the COVID. The COVID platform. He's trying to play to the base of, I guess, the MAGA type people, the QAnon type people, these yahoos who are trying to, like, is my rights being violated? Listen, privilege. It's not your right to drive, but everybody wants a license, right? You want to drive, but it's not your right to drive. It's a privilege. So we love to exercise our privilege, but we don't want to exercise our right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know why these people don't mind getting sick and dying of COVID. Okay, I don't know why they don't mind putting their children in harm's way when people can give your child COVID. So my thing is, it's a very simple fix. I mean, it's not going to be a guarantee. A simple fix: wear the mask, social distance. Why is this man doing this? The only answer I can come up with is the man is running for political office. I guess his constituency are mostly these QAnon type, Republicans, these MAGA type Republicans, and these far right wingers who feel like they're just fighting for the sake of fighting.
So you think he's politicizing it? You think he wants to be president? Because I mean, I don't do polls. I hate polls. I think polls are just like a mini school of people that they just survey and then they just put that information and then they put it out. But they are saying his approval rating went down some points ever since this happened. They're like 5%.
Yeah, but he's trying to hold on to. I think that the Republicans are really disillusioned. They don't even see that they're losing steam. When their king got put out of the office, they don't see that this is over. So in Tallahassee, this man is causing such a ruckus to the point where they're suing him. So there's a lawsuit at play. Yeah. They're starting school in 2 weeks or a week or two from now. Then you have some parents are saying, well, if my kid, they're going to offer them some kind of like vouchers to go to private schools where the private schools don't require you to wear a mask. And then the ones who want you to wear a mask are saying, well, if you're going to give them a voucher to go to a private school where they don't have to wear a mask, then I want my kid going to a private school where they're making them wear a mask. And that's the big war. Like, how is this benefiting the taxpayers? People like this man?
I don't know. Like, I think it's also a little bit of a fake outrage as well, because, Obama had his little party going on. And if you come here to New Orleans, at least, I mean, let me just say this, like 36% of people are fully vaccinated. Black people, people of color, we're not really vaccinated. I'm not fucking vaccinated. I'm honest about that. Are you vaccinated? Are you? You're not? You see, there you go. There's another book. But you're in New York, you're in New Jersey,
No, but here's the thing.
So
I don't have a problem wearing a mask and social distancing.
Right. So I was going to say that. But I think it's fake. Look, I like people that are unpolished, and I appreciate the fact that he can come on camera and stick to his loins and say, hey, we're not going to mandate masks. But it's not saying that he's not saying that you can't wear masks as children to school. He's just giving you an option whether or not to wear it.
He's not mandating it, but that's the point. He should mandate it, because when you tell people, even when we have a mandate, people weren't doing it.
Right. And then if they have some type of harassment bill or law thing that's been passing, if you have been harassed by children in school because you're wearing your mask, they're willing to send you to a different type of school, like a private school setting.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, I think it's fake outrage. I say let him do what he want to do. I really don't care, to be honest with you, because it's like if he is simply saying giving people the options to wear it, that's fine. That's how it was in the beginning, right? It was like that in the beginning, at least here in New Orleans. It was like that for several months.
Because remember, in the beginning of COVID, we didn't know much about it. So in the beginning, Fauci was saying, don't wear masks.
They still don't know much about it.
We know at least how we can catch it. So in the beginning, Fauci and some of the medical professionals were saying, oh, don't wear a mask because it can cause some kind of problem with you breathing in, bacteria, because they really wanted to have the healthcare workers have the masks. So then they lied.
They lied in the beginning. I don't like Fauci Kardashian. I don't like seeing my doctors on magazines, in Style magazine. I don't like seeing that. If you're my doctor, I don't want to see you on reality TV, on a magazine.
I don't want to see my doctors being the whole
throwing a damn baseball at a damn game. I don't like seeing that. I call him Fauci Kardashian. Who they really need to put in is this doctor here. All right, Dr. J. This doctor is the real deal. Okay. And I don't know if you know him or familiar with him or anything, but I was watching an interview of him during the beginning of COVID, the 2 months beginning of COVID. And he said, lockdowns are stupid. You can't eradicate a virus by doing lockdowns. It's either you got to suffer now or you're going to suffer the consequences later. And this is 2 months in COVID. And he was right, because from this lockdown. Okay, so why they don't have him in the White House versus Fauci Kardashian, I don't know, but I have more trust in this man than Fauci Kardashian.
Did you see Sanjay Gupta hosting the freaking Jeopardy? I don't want to see my doctors hosting Jeopardy.
I don't either. I don't know. I don't either. Yeah, but this man, very smart. Very smart. Y'all need to go, after I get off of this interview, y'all need to go YouTube this man, look him up. I know he was doing an interview with Laura Ingraham, and I like to have my open mind. I was like, you need to listen to him. And then I was like, you need to look him up. So Mr. DeSantis he's a fan of him, and when you hear this man talk, you don't hear politics. You just hear straight up knowledge, data testing, facts. And I rather someone like him that's all about, this is a Stanford guy, okay? Someone like him to be in the White House, rather than a Fauci Kardashian lying to us saying don't wear masks because of droplets and everything. When this man in the beginning saying the true tea, and we were already 2 months in the virus. 2 months in,
Now for me, here's what where did we all of a sudden lose discernment? Before COVID-19, we were always taught to question authority. Not just during the COVID. We were always taught when you go to a doctor, if you don't like what they're saying, get a second and third opinion. So for somebody to scream to me, listen to the science.
Right.
No,
exactly.
Listen to the scientist.
Exactly.
No, you're trying to make me listen to what they call political science.
Exactly.
You're not making me listen to the science. So what I do as an individual, what I've been doing before COVID, I've been doing all of my adult life. No matter what I'm going to the doctor for, no matter how I'm feeling, whatever's going on, when a doctor says A, B, C, D, and I don't feel comfortable, I go get another opinion.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's Fauci or Sanjay Gupta.
Yeah. Fauci Kardashian, that's his name.
So what? You stupid. So while we're in the COVID, while we're in the Ronas, why are people, every time the ball is bouncing, they keep changing the protocol? Why are you all changing how you move through the world? No matter how much that ball was bouncing, I kept my black behind with a mask on, and I social distance, and I only go out for essentials. Listen, when they say lockdown, we would never lock down. Businesses were locked down. They had some businesses.
You're right.
We would never, people need to stop acting like babies. We were not locked down.
We were not.
Out my door last March.
I was working. I can tell you we were not locked down. I was working at a car wash, and the car wash was Republican owned. I heard one of the owners say, "Oh, this is just, an outrage. This is like the Obama thing that came out." They didn't believe in it. And I thought, okay, that's concerning, but I work, right? And so
when they say lockdown, no, you're not locked down. You walk out of your house and go where you need to go when it's an essential thing to do. What has happened, that's last year and that's now. What made it different now? Because y'all felt like, oh, I could take the mask off because I got vaccinated. That's why you know why the coronavirus is spreading? Because of people, all the millions of people who got vaccinated and then they took the mask off. None of y'all got on masks.
Right.
Y'all was spreading the vaccine.
We number 3 in New Orleans. We number 3 in Louisiana. Like, the mayor here sucks. She's garbage. LaToya Cantrell, garbage.
Use your own discernment. I don't need Dr. Fauci or Sanjay Gupta or any of these TV doctors on the commercials and the PSAs to tell me to wear a mask and social distance. If I would have gotten the vaccine, I would have done the same thing. I would not have taken my mask off. Use discernment. Aren't you wrong?
Exactly.
So what is that part of our society are brats. You want what you want. You want to just take, I'm tired of the mask and I want to turn up and I want to drop it like it's hot. I want to be back to normal. We never going to be back to normal.
We're not.
You know why we're not back to normal? You know why we have this virus the way we do? Because of Trump. Trump is why
I agree with that.
The Rona is everywhere. Because think about it. When we had the SARS, when we had the swine flu, when we had Ebola, all these other presidents during these pandemics, we never had to wear masks. Things didn't get shut down because they clamped down on it quickly and eradicated it fast. I'm not a president. They have the means, the military, whatever they're doing. This man gets in office and does what with the pandemic, the Office of Pandemic, whatever. So the reason why we're here, we stopped talking about it, is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Never have had to happen, period.
Right. I hate how they're politicizing this. And I mean, we're not saying don't get vaccinated. I mean, it's still saying that a lot of people who are in a hospital, they're not vaccinated. But at the same time, it's like, it's your right. If you don't want to get vaccinated, you don't have to. Just like you have a problem with somebody if somebody, a lot of these people that's complaining get vaccinated are pro-choice, right? So if you give someone the option whether or not they want to have a baby or not, risking themselves not having a baby in the future, then that same plight should be applied to not getting vaccinated or getting vaccinated. There you go.
These people, all these people are not saying, they're doing what you call A and Z, and there's no middle. Right. All of a sudden now they're saying the people in the hospital and the ones who are dying are not vaccinated. They're acting like nobody's wearing a mask. What about those folks in the middle who are wearing a mask? All the millions of us who are wearing the mask and social distancing, we're not in the hospital. So a lot of those people would have been there either way, because there were people before the vaccine who weren't masking because they just didn't want to. And they're not vaccinated because they don't want to. Those are the ones who are in the hospital, the ones who are not vaccinated and they don't want to mask and distance.
Right.
They leave that part out. It's not the ones who've been distancing and masking like I've been since last month.
I agree. I 100% agree. Just
drop that mic right there.
I mean, just stop politicizing it. I hate when the mainstream media just blame Republicans, saying, well, it's the Republicans that don't want to get vaccinated. It's the Republicans that are anti-mask. No, I mean, come to the damn South. Come to New Orleans. Come to Bourbon Street, where you see 400 people in the quarter, black, white, Asian, Latino, whatever, not wearing masks. And literally 9 times out of 10, they're not vaccinated, and it's a swamp right there, which is why we're like number 3 in the state. So stop blaming Republicans. It's not just Republicans. It's, people of color, black people, that's what it is.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people who are not masking. There are a lot of people not vaccinating. But the biggest problem I see is the lack of masking and distancing. It's not a lack of vaccination, because as you see now, as of last week or 2 weeks ago, they're saying, "Oh, wear the mask now. they're like, they're going back and they're reeling their words back in, and they're saying, even if you've been vaccinated, wear the mask. People forgot when the vaccine first got released, they were saying you still had the mask. And then people, the brats, started screaming. You know, the yahoos and the Trumpers screaming, right. Mostly them, not mostly blacks and Latinos were not screaming that.
Right.
Mostly Trumpers screaming, well, if we got vaccinated, why do we have to wear the mask? And they cracked under the pressure, and then the CDC and Fauci and all these people said, oh, don't wear the mask if you've been vaccinated.
Fauci Kardashian.
Fauci Kardashian. They should never have now they're circling back saying, oh, you know, the vaccine's still effective. It's just breakthrough. You can get the breakthrough COVID, whatever they're saying, breakthrough, whatever. So what they should never have done, when I say they, you know who they is. That's something them. The media, doctors.
No, we speak names here. Say names.
We're not political. Dr. Kardashian. They misled people. But again, I'm an adult. I don't care who's on television saying what. I would have worn a mask whether I got vaccinated or not. Right. I don't care if Jesus Christ would have come down from the skies and said, girl, don't wear a mask. I would have been wearing a mask.
Don't wear a mask.
Don't wear a mask.
I find it shameful that a lot of these fast food joints are upping their wages just so people can go back to work, so they can fulfill Biden's prophecy forecast, economic forecast about X amount of jobs should be enforced by this month. So call me a conspiracy theorist, but when that didn't come through in May, he wanted to have 1 million jobs to come out in May. That did not happen. He got at least 200,000 plus jobs in May, right? About a week later, the CDC came out saying that fully vaccinated people can not wear masks, you know, in most situations. So call me a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like that came out because Dementia Biden, did not make his goal of having $1 million jobs in May. Because now, about a few days ago, he actually tweeted that his job accolade has been established. You know, jobs are back in line, the economy is booming, and I'm like, bitch, yeah. So.
Yeah. A lot of it's political, and I mean, I'm not saying politics is bad, but you have to be able to balance it out. And you cannot allow these political leaders, you can't allow these physicians, you can't allow the media to control everything you do. You watch things, you listen, and you discern what makes sense and throw the rest in the garbage. And so half this stuff don't make no sense. I'm not saying vaccines. I'm saying the protocols. You know, now you told kids, go back to school. If you're vaccinated, don't wear a mask. Now they have to dial it back, and people are now fighting them. That's what we're having this discussion, because they said, oh, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. And now nearing school, 2 weeks before, a month before, you're saying, oh, wait a minute, pump your brakes. We were wrong. You know, I thought about something. Maybe what they should be is not so arrogant. Maybe they shouldn't act like nothing happened. You know what they're doing? They're not apologizing for the misleading us.
It's fake outrage. You go out now to the Walmart, it's very calm. You turn on Twitter, social media, the radio is just boom, 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 boom. It's like this is a perfect analogy. Someone who's never been to the Middle East, oh, I'm scared to go over there. My kids might get stolen, blah, blah, blah. That's because you watch all of that BS from the media. But you go to the Middle East, out of 10, you won't, quiet. Oh, this is not what I saw in the movies or on TV. It's the same analogy with how they're handling this pandemic in the media. It's the same thing. It's just fake outrage. So I commend him for sticking to his groin. I don't like the man because I'm Palestinian and he's against Ben & Jerry's ice cream, because they pulled out their company in Palestine because they don't like the political thing the social thing that's going on, Palestinians out there. And he had a problem with that. Governor DeSantis. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like him about, because of course this country, USA, is pro-Israel. So, they don't, you could be pro-Israel, but you also could be pro-human rights and pro-equal treatment, against everybody of all cultures and, nationalities, but just not how it is here in the United States of America. But other than that, I commend the man for doing what he's doing. I don't like it's fake outrage to me. I see it as fake outrage. I think the media is I think the media is doing too much. I don't know about you, but I think you agree with me. I don't know, but it sounds like you agree. You're crazy like me, so. All right, so Cuomo and Melissa DeRosa. All right, so Cuomo's top aide, Melissa DeRosa, resigns after Cuomo's scandal goes highly public. This morning, actually, the woman on the right, one of Cuomo's accusers, came forward saying Cuomo groped her breast, among other things. So I just wanted to know, what are your thoughts on Melissa DeRosa resigning all of a sudden, and this woman, Ms. Comismo, coming out this morning, CBS this morning, talking about her experience with working as executive assistant number one. That's what they call her. Her title is executive. That's so nasty to me, you know.
So she already told her your mic and make it a little bit better. Mute your mic. Let's see if mute your mic. Let me see if it gets better when you mute your mic. Yeah, I think it's mute your mic when I'm talking. Yeah, I think it's when we mute each other's mics is good. Okay, so I think that this, assistant number one or whatever, she was already a part of the Attorney General's Letitia James's investigation, right? So Letitia James did an independent investigation. That is her job. She's the top cop. She did this investigation. She looked at all the complainants, including this young lady. We just didn't know her name. And it wasn't as simple as, see, people don't understand. So let me break it down. When you're talking about things like this, you're talking about several things. You're talking about testimony. These individuals are giving their testimony. Then you're talking about other corroborating evidence. And Letitia James, in addition to all the young ladies' testimony, all the young ladies who said that they were harassed by him, including her, including Melissa, she found not 7,000, not 740, 74,000 pieces that show that Andrew Cuomo violated federal and state laws by sexually harassing these people. Those pieces of evidence included, but was not limited to, texting, email, voicemail. Over the coming weeks, we're going to begin to see a lot of that stuff drop. She did not just come to that conclusion after she ended her investigation all nilly-willy based
5 months. It was like a 5-month investigation. Yeah.
Not only because of their testimony. So there's hard evidence. This is my theory, just Lisa's theory. I believe when she put her report out there and her name wasn't used, meaning her particular name, whatever she said in that report, people kind of knew. The insiders knew it was her. The insiders meaning the governor, his lawyer, and all of his minions. They knew that whatever she said, how she said it, it was her. And I believe that her trying to hide didn't help her. She was probably still being harassed.
Right.
Because they could tell it was her.
I believe her.
I
believe her.
So specific, right? And what was interesting was the 2 times were 11 months apart. It wasn't like he was doing it every day. She could have lied and said it happened every day.
Right.
11 months apart.
And you know what? I hate when people say why it took him so long. Okay, this may have happened in 2019. She's talking about who gives a damn. People's loudest cry for help is when they're silent, right? That's why there's things called psychologists, psychiatrists, and therapies and counseling, because a lot of people go to them because they endured so much of the traumatic events they endured in life, which is the reason why they see the doctors, right? That's why they get money, right? But
here's what's so funny. People crack me up saying, mute your mic so it won't sound so echoey on my end.
It's your audio. Because I'm muted it and you still sound the same.
Shut up. So, love you though. You stupid. So here's the thing. People get gaslighting in that straw man's defense. If she would have told the first day it happened, they would have still called her a liar. If she told 6 months after it happened, they would have still called her a liar. She's telling 2 years later, or whatever the investigation started, they're still calling her a liar.
Right. People calling Tara Reid a liar. Because, the irony of Biden coming out saying he needs to resign. The irony.
Right. We are a culture of coddling rapists, which is called rape culture. We coddle rapists and people who commit sexual assault. So no amount of telling the same day, telling within the first month would have changed it. But here's another angle. Think about it. On top of her getting dragged by us, you know, people in the public, imagine you're working for the man. You need your job. And what's going to happen when you tell?
Oh, yeah. Retaliation, not being able to move up, uncomfortable environment. He slammed the door on her when she was like, I think she was like, well, what do you think they're going to say when they see us? He just slammed the door. He's very, I don't like the Cuomos. It has nothing to do with, well, go ahead.
Walk down the street and get catcalled. And if we don't speak, I ain't like you nowhere, ugly bitch. You know, that kind of thing. Men
get assaulted just as well, but a lot of men, they're scared to come forward because they're going to look like they Fruity Pebbles, you know, like they fairies. It happens all the time with men. And one thing that stuck out to me.
A lot of men don't tell. You're right. A lot of men don't. They really don't tell.
Terry Crews, I mean, what's his name? Terry Crews came forward about, I believe, his agent doing what he did, you know. So hats off to him for coming forward.
Yeah, I think he came forward to the public a year later, but the day it happened, Terry Crews did tell Ben Affleck, because I think, or one of the actors who had the same agency, he said, man, what's up with the boy? So he did go to him and tell somebody there was a right away.
Yeah, I'm talking about on camera when he came out and talked about it. Yeah, and I mean that takes a lot of guts, you know, especially if you're a guy, you know.
Me Too movement gave him his muscles. Not literally, but you know, you get the point.
I hate these labels and these movements and everything. I hate it. To me, it's because it's like they want to accept who they want to accept, they want to deny who they want to deny, and I just hate these labels and everything. Like, you know, they don't want to hear, huh? Charlemagne? What you said?
I said you said they accept who want it. You said they accept who they want to accept, and they don't accept who they don't want to accept.
Fake outrage. That goes back to fake outrage. Exactly. He's one of them.
Nobody's dragging something to God for raping a teenager.
Allegedly, y'all. And he got a show coming out, a talk show. I don't know, but look, one thing that stood out to me, because she talked to CBS this morning, and she talked to a newspaper, and I believe in Albany, which is the area she lives in. Ms. Comismo, and she said this. She says she told the newspaper that when she started working in the governor's office, a woman who also worked on his staff told her, quote, "Oh, you're going to get stolen." I just smiled. She said, "You just wait and see, and the governor will be stealing you." That was my first day, and that was my first time that I said to myself, I know that wasn't normal. You hear stories about what happens at the Capitol. I know what she meant by that. Comiso told the newspaper that in late 2019, she began to be called upon to work directly with Cuomo more frequently, you know. And so what she's saying is what the same woman who I follow on Twitter, her name is Lindsey Borland. I believe she's one of the 11 people that came forward because she wrote like a whole piece on it and went viral on Twitter. There's an email from one of Cuomo's employees saying that he thinks that Lindsey Borland looks cuter than some other female, you know. And that's documented in an email, you know. So, and what she is saying is equivalent to what Lindsey Borland was saying. And this is in 2019. Lindsey Borland just came forward not too long ago. So it's like, I mean, all of them can't be lying. Come on now, you know.
Listen, anybody can be lying. But here's what's interesting. Whenever there is an accusation of a man who is being accused of any sexual impropriety, rape, sexual assault, whatever, they always say, well, they could be lying, the ladies. Nobody ever says, well, the man could be lying. Can he be lying? Well, let me just tell you why he most likely is. Because the statistics show that 98% of all sexual assault cases, the person who's accused, the perpetrator, is never brought to justice. Of the 98%, 70% of them are never brought to justice because those people never tell.
Unreported cases, rape cases are also unreported cases as well, yeah.
70% of people who are sexually harassed, raped, or otherwise never open their mouths and tell anybody. So that whopping 70% of those rapists and sexual assault folks are running around doing that. Then of the 30%, about 28% of those people who do tell, the person never gets brought to justice. They never even see a courtroom.
Right.
Now you got the 2% that's left. Of the 2% of the people who are accused that land in court, only 2% land in court. Only 1% go to jail. So the likelihood of the person who is accused of the sexual harassment or a sexual assault is telling the truth is probably lying.
I think Miss Comismo has a higher chance because her husband, I mean, they're going through a divorce or whatever, but her husband is in politics, you know, in their area. And the Albany police officers they're investigating. So I think with his connections, I think they have a connections matter, unfortunately, you know, when you're in politics and everything. So I think it's they're investigating it, you know. But no, I do agree. Hell, if I even call the damn cops and something goes on, which I've been experiencing here, nothing happens. And we can't do anything. No, what y'all here for then?
Here's the thing. Her husband has nothing to do with it. The chairman of the New York Judiciary Committee and its members and 20 other lawmakers in Albany right now as we speak, well, maybe they're off now after 5, but as of today, they're investigating are some of these charges criminal in nature, and they're adding on to those things that they're looking into the fact that he had this $5 million book deal under the tax-paying times when he was in COVID.
Yeah.
They're also investigating the treatment of COVID. Did he give his family preferential treatment of the COVID when his brother got the COVID? These treatments that we were not able to get initially in the COVID. And they're also looking into the senior citizens who were left to die in the old folks' home.
Yeah, he was horrible with COVID. He hid the data. I mean, the heifer, the snowflake that resigned, Melissa DeRosa wanted a New York Assemblyman Ron T. Kim to come forward publicly and lie about the data and lie about, about them lying about the data. Ron T. Kim, he spoke on The View about it. And Cuomo threatened him. See, the Cuomos, they like to use the word, I'm a lawyer. I don't give a fuck if you're a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. You don't know who I know. You know, his brother did the same thing. Chris Cuomo did the same thing with remember, he was on CNN, he got COVID, and he was in his basement on CNN reporting that he got COVID. You okay?
Hold on, I'm acting crazy. You know how many lawyers are in jail?
Exactly. Yeah, so, but what I do realize, they both have this in common. I'm a lawyer, you don't know who I am. Chris Cuomo did the same thing when a bicyclist saw him a mile away from his home, building a new home. During the same time he was on CNN in his basement saying he has COVID, he's staying away from his children, but yet you're building a new home with your kids and your wife, maskless with COVID. A guy saw you, and then he says he got accosted. Cuomo said he got accosted by a guy. Okay, whatever. That's white privilege word. So the guy, he went on Tucker Carlson. I don't care who it was, your friend Tucker, whatever. I don't care if you're on Tucker, Meghan, Dana Bash, whoever. I don't care, Republic, whatever. I'm here to hear your story. I want to hear what you got to say. And I believe the man. No, you got called out on. You got caught. You didn't get accosted. You got caught. That's what it was. So, I don't like the Cuomos. Trump should just get the same thing as well. Sexual assault is wrong. Regardless, it's wrong. It has nothing to do with your identity politics or anything of that nature at all, So, can't hear you.
I said people like to use the, can you hear me now?
What are you using?
You hear me now? Hold on.
I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
People like to use these titles as a way to say, see, I'm honest. Your title doesn't make you honest. Your actions do. Exactly. Your title is I'm a pastor. I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm looking at your actions.
I'm Ellen DeGeneres. She said it was pure misogyny. That's what she said.
Here you go. The queen of mean, Ellen DeGeneres. She got caught out there in her little angry ways. Faking the funk, and she was mean. But we digress. But yeah.
So do you think by her resigning the top aide, his aide, do you think it makes the situation worse?
For her or for him?
For both.
No, it makes it better for her.
Because she was a part of it too. She should be investigated too.
No, you can't. You can't. I used to think that way. I had to work on myself. You can't. It's okay. like having
what you mean you had to work on yourself? We used to think about it. What you mean?
It's like having Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome, you know what that is when you kidnap somebody and then they start to do the things that you asked them to do. So it was a sort of Stockholm syndrome of sorts. So I had to work on learning how the victim is being made to do things either overtly or covertly. No, they were working in a hostile environment. The man was a bully. She wanted her job. So she was doing what she felt she needed to do to keep him quiet, to not make him angry, to do the job. If I could just do this, he will stop that.
She's not a rape victim though. So, you know.
No. It's not only about Stockholm syndrome. Not only about a rape victim.
I know, but I don't. Nah. Yeah.
I don't think she did. I don't think
she was doing more than just what she did. She did a lot of things. Yeah.
A lot of things to uphold his patriarchy and his BS.
Yes. I disagree. I don't know. She should be held accountable as well. Okay, what if it was one of your families in nursing homes dying under his watch and she's writing a book in his mansion or whatever, writing his book during that time as well for money reasons. And she's on the phone calling you, hey, Lisa Durden, I'm sorry to inform you, it's very sad news that X, Y, and Z passed away, whatever. But at the same time, she's doing all of these things she's not supposed to be doing, these unethical things. Would you say the same thing you're saying now?
Of course, I want her to be held accountable, but I would understand if there were no charges placed on her because of the power dynamic between him being the governor and her not being the governor.
I don't think charges will be placed on her, but I hope she don't find a job. How about that? That's the karma for her. Hope she don't find a job. How's that sound? Does that sound good? No, not. I don't believe in cancel culture. I mean, I don't know. I've never been that person.
That's cancel culture. When you
karma. I hope she slip on a banana in a grocery store and bust her head. How about that? Then she can go find a job. Is that fine?
Well, I'll say this because I remember that time you were in a store and that person was treating you nasty. I forgot what it was. A thing you wrote. It was something you did on social media. You were at some place getting some food, and the person treated you nasty. They treated you mean.
I've been treated nasty so many times. I don't. What you mean?
You put online. You was.
Oh damn! You watch me, huh? Yeah. You know they took that small clip because it made me look bad. But oh well.
So when situations like that, not always, but I always wonder. I'm not always good, but sometimes I get a little mature attitude once in a while. I go, when I'm with my sister, I'm like, Daphne, the reason why that chick acted the way she did is because it starts at the top. And a perfect example of that is the recent video where the girl was called the bitch by her boss. Do you know how many times he probably called her that? And it now passes down to the.
That can be debated because I actually spoke to the top, and the top didn't seem that way. So, but I don't know. It's fast food.
You don't work there. You don't work there.
It's fast food.
It's like Ellen. It's like Ellen. She seemed nice to all the guests, but the folks that work for her, she wasn't nice to them.
I mean, it's fast food. I mean, you're comparing apples and oranges, though. It's fast food, though. It's a menial job. So it's a menial job.
You still got to treat human beings with respect.
That's true, but I mean, that's different than comparing to someone dying of COVID. We're talking about somebody not following critical health guidelines at a restaurant versus somebody covering up people thousands of people dying and harassment allegedly. Yeah.
When we see people do these improprieties, it's probably how the culture is where they work. Is what I'm saying.
Or they weren't raised right by their mom and dad. Who knows?
You are a mess.
I find that when I work with first generation people or people that just come with this country, they have great work ethic. No matter if you're working at a McDonald's, a Burger King, Chick-fil-A, whatever. It's like because Americans, we're lazy and we take shit for granted. We take free books, free resources for granted. So we can just go back and forth with that. But anyways. She can slip on a banana, that's fine.
I do not approve that message. Period.
I don't approve it either, but she gonna get her karma. That's how the world works. Karma works that way.
Will.
Okay,
She will.
so everybody is asking for their favorite Republican, Ana Navarro, to replace Meghan McCain on The View. You know, they call her a principal Republican. What are your thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts on Ana Navarro and who should replace Meghan McCain?
No, it can't be Anna because Anna is, you know, it can't be Anna. Anna is good on Fridays because Anna is one of those kind of like, you know, middle of the road Republicans. She doesn't go hard. And I said this to you before offline. I love Meghan McCain for the show. I don't agree with most of the things she says.
I love her for the show too. I tell him that all the time. I don't care. I tell him that. Yeah.
She kills it. She stands her ground. She's the only hardcore Republican, and she goes at it with them. It's called The View. Ana Navarro's not going to do that. It's all a love fest between Ana Navarro and the rest of them.
Yeah, it's boring.
So it's just, that's not going to work. So I felt like that was married to Kardashian's mom.
Wait, who? Jenner. Kimberly Guilfoyle?
No, Jenner.
You want Kris Jenner to be on The View?
Jenner. Not Kris.
What?
No, Jenner. She was married to Jenner.
Who? What Jenner? Oh, Caitlyn. Nah. I couldn't hear you. I'm having nah.
I like Caitlyn.
Nah, why?
Why don't you like Caitlyn?
I don't know. No. This is my choice. Let me show you mine. This is my choice. Look at you and Kelly. Look at you and Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly. My choice would be Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, and the last person will be Kellyanne Conway. That's my three picks. You know. Now the media threw in. I mean, I threw in Amanda Seales if Sarah Haynes was going to go because that was rumored, but she's not leaving. And then Tamar Braxton, I said no. That was rumored that she was going to be on the show. The woman at the bottom right that looked like she's staying, looked like she's from the Magic School Bus, Barry Wise. She was also considered. I said no to her. The woman at the bottom below of Amanda Seales, her name is Tara Setmeyer. She's like half black, half white. She's like Ana Navarro.
Right.
I say she can replace Ana Navarro, but not Meghan McCain. The woman on the top left is S.E. Cup. She's on CNN. I said no. She's Meghan McCain's friend. So I said no. So I say these are my top three. This is who I would want. You know, Megyn Kelly, your friend, Candace Owens, or Kellyanne Conway. You know, what are we gonna do with Caitlyn Jenner?
Put up
She's
Caitlyn
friends with
Jenner,
Whoopi, and no, we don't need that. I don't know.
People didn't agree. People didn't agree with me. They said no, Lisa, no. They didn't like it.
Wait,
people didn't agree
what
with
they're
me.
saying?
People did not agree with me. They said no.
Who's saying no?
When I posted that on my page and I said, I want Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, nah, dog, nah.
People hate
Plus, I don't like a murderer. I don't like a murderer. So no, when Bruce murdered a woman. Well, she was, yeah. A month before she transitioned, she was driving. She ended up hitting a woman, and she ended up dying. She wasn't charged at all. Not even a misdemeanor, not even a minimal charge. I don't support murderers. You know.
I recall. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, and plus, like, she's too polished. I don't. You know, she can't. He, she, whatever. They, it, whatever. He can't speak. Whatever. I don't. You know. That's my three choices. So that's all you have to say is Caitlyn Jenner. That's it.
That's all I got for you.
I'd rather you than Caitlyn Jenner. How about that? I don't know if that's a compliment.
I'm not a Republican. I can't do this show. I'm not a Republican.
So you're pro-choice, right?
Of course.
I'm pro-life. I don't support abortion. So maybe they can consider me. So
no, well, see the thing.
I'm also pro my own business. I'm pro my own business.
Well, people don't. The mistake folks make is pro-choice means you can choose to abort or not. Pro-choice. Yeah. So pro-choice covers all of that. That means if you want to go full term with your pregnancy, choose to do that.
If you decide to leave a club and get dicked down by somebody without a condom and you get pregnant and you want an abortion, I don't support that. If you got raped by your brother, that's not my business. Like I said, that's between you and your doctor. That's when I'm saying pro my own business, you know. But that's why, you know, I'm just pro-life. You know, I don't support abortion. So maybe they could consider, I don't label my politics, but I'm definitely not a liberal. I'm not a leftist at all. So
I'm more of a progressive.
I mean, so I believe in affordable health care. I don't care or not if it's free or not. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe, of course, in being pro-life. I don't believe in asking for handouts. Like literally, I would work out if I needed to get a job. I would go to McDonald's right now and fill out an application. I don't care if I have this resume. Like I got legs. What I'm complaining for? I got legs and two hands. You know, right? Even if I could qualify for unemployment, I have so much pride to do. Just me. That's pride. I don't know. That's for me. So I lean more right than left. You know,
I'm not against people with their politics, but the fact of the matter is,
Jeff Bezos can keep his money. I mean, I'm not mad at him, but what I am mad about is his employees. His employees. Treat your employees right. I believe treat your customers, your employees right. Profits will follow. That's the rule of business in my book. The government should not be taking all that money from him.
You can't walk around not paying no taxes on that money. Oh, he needs
to pay some taxes, but I mean, he can keep most of it.
Their share.
That's fine. Nobody was asking for that when he was in his basement making Amazon. So that's where I'm not mad at him for keeping his money. I'm not.
I am because that's my tax dollars.
I mean, see, that's where a lot of Middle Easterns come in. They don't care about the politics. A lot of them, they lean right because they don't want to pay all that money in taxes. And I respect that. I'm like, okay, I respect that. That's fine, you know. But I don't support Donald Trump, obviously. You know, no matter who's in office, whether Democrat or Republican. I was talking to a relative. She was like, you know, none of these presidents really support Palestine. And I'm like, I know, but, you know, and it broke my heart that she told me that. But I'm like, you know, we have the AOCs now. We have the Hannah Omars. We have the Ayanna Presleys. We have the Rashida Tlaib. You know, it got a lot of plight, a lot of, trending on Twitter and everything. But no matter who's president in the White House, left or right, it's no game with my people. It's always, you know, I'm a Zionist, I'm this, I'm that, whatever. But I lean more right than left, and I'm proud of that.
I think that most politics are there to serve themselves.
Right.
Most political offices are there to serve themselves and their cronies, the nepotism, cronyism, and favoritism, and all of their special interest people and all of the big banks and the companies. They're not really there for us, whether you're Democrat or Republican. The difference between the two parties is a Democrat might try to act like they care and throw you a bone here or there or a biscuit once in a while. But for the most part, I'm with you.
Biden don't care about black people. I tell black people this. I told someone before I knew he was black, that was my waiter. Hopefully he ain't spitting my food. But I told him before I knew he was black, because he was my color, I was like, Biden don't care about black people. When he looked at me like he was shocked that came out of mouth. I was like, well, he don't. We talked about this before. If he really cared about people of color, Palestinians won't be going what they're going through. He only cared because he has no choice. Simply that. No choice. Just no choice. 30 years without the winning of the president, you need a black vote, right? Gavin Newsom need the black vote. You know, he need a black vote. That's why he out here under bridges picking up stuff. I wrote LMAO. I need to see the full video of him. He's picking up trash under the bridge, you know. Yeah, he was biracial. He was like Meghan Markle color. Like he was my color, you know, but he don't care about black people. He don't.
No, he don't. I've not seen a record of any politician.
Willie Brown, Miss Kamala Harris is not black. How the hell is your mom going to raise you like a black woman when she's not black? She's not black. Her mom is Indian. That's number one. Number two, how the hell is there no systemic racism in the United States of America when there is systemic racism in the United States of America?
But unfortunately, no matter what her mom is, society sees her as a black woman. Halle Berry.
See her as a black person, but her mom can't raise her. It's like me.
But unfortunately,
I can't raise my daughter as because I'm a man. I can't raise her as a female because I don't know how to be a female.
Oh, but you can still buy her pads when her menstrual cycle happens.
Okay, different analogy. Like, I can't raise a black child as a black child. I can tell her, hey, I may not really exclusively feel what you feel.
Right.
I may not exclusively feel what you feel. I mean, I've been through some things you may go through in the future, but I may not go through all the things, because there's a thing called privilege and there's a thing called colorism here in the United States of America. But, you know, I can only tell you what you need to do when this situation happens. You see what I mean? But you can't, I mean, whatever.
Her mother would have done her disservice if she would have told Kamala she's not black, because nobody would see her as anything other than Halle Berry's mother.
Black. Kamala don't see herself as black, though.
No. Kamala is not going to overlook the fact that her mother's from India, but Kamala is a black woman. That's what she's titled as in this country. Halle Berry's mother is as white as they come. She's white. But when Halle Berry was having a lot of trouble in school, she was getting beat up by the black girls because she had the good hair, as they call good hair, and they were jealous of her. And then the white girls was like, "What are you? What are you?" She was really having problems in school. Her white mother said, "Halle, let's stop this right now. Look in the mirror, what do you see?" Her white mother said.
You know, they had a debate. You know, they had a debate on this between Whoopi and Rosie on The View. Whoopi was like, "You can't tell me," because Rosie got a black child. You know.
Right.
Yeah, and so Whoopi disagreed with her. She's like, "You can't tell me because you're not black. You can't tell me where racism is." And she was like, "I'm a gay person. I have a black." I think she got a black child too, right? I think she got a black child.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, yeah. I think she got a black child, if I'm not mistaken. No, I don't think so. But yeah, they were fighting about, they were fighting about race. And Whoopi was like, "You can't tell me about racism because you're not." She's like, "Well, I'm gay, I'm this, I'm blah, and then, you know, I know how it feels to be, you know." So I don't know.
The bottom line is, there's no competition between pain. We're not going to have a pain Olympics. So the bottom line is, these biracial people, like a Halle Berry, their parents need to make sure that they know to tell them, when you walk out the door, I know that you have you're mixed, but when you walk out the door, the fact of the matter is, this country sees you as black. Halle Berry's mother told her, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? Halle said, a black woman. She said, "Yes, you're black."
Yeah, Mariah Carey sees herself as a black woman.
Obama is not black; he's biracial. But what did they say? The first black, the first black president. They didn't say the first biracial president. They called him the first black president because when you see him, he looks black. They're not going to let him say, "Well, my mama white."
Right.
He's black.
He got raised white.
So, I can't get into all of that. When you walk out the door, if your mouth doesn't open and you're walking down the street, you look black. If you don't say a word, he appears black. Therefore, society sees him as black. Because really, technically, no African American's black. I'm not black. My grandfather's from the Philippines. But how do I look? I'm a quarter Filipino.
Here we go. You know, I had a manager. I had a manager that's really dark as hell telling me she's not black. She's Indian. I'm like, oh Jesus.
No, my thing is, the word black bothers people. Nobody wants to be that when they actually are. Because
wait, say that again. The word black bother people, but what?
The word black, nobody wants to be that word black, because with the word black comes all of these negatives. So that's why everybody black don't want to be black. I'm Indian. I'm biracial. You just black, Meghan Markle. That's what your kid Archie is not gonna be called Prince Archie because he black. Black boy. Then they gonna let no black boy who came out of a black for JJ royalty for nothing when he's grown. They did not give him a title. The other couple, your brother and his wife, got a title.
She could have been a Rachel Dolezal, but flipped the script and say she a white woman. I mean, she could pass off as a white woman though. She could have flipped the script.
No, she can't. We black folks know our people. Her hair too nappy.
What? Her hair is like my hair, right?
No, we know our people. She's got a relaxer. That hair is very heavy. It's not straight and.
I gotta look up her hair.
Her hair is very. I can tell she got a relaxer. We know our people.
Can y'all tell that Meghan Markle is black just by looking at her? I couldn't.
All y'all out there, if y'all black, didn't y'all know Meghan Markle was black? All y'all black. Didn't y'all know
the guy in a restaurant when I was like, I don't care about black people. I mean, I guess if I like really looked right here, maybe, but like he had a beard like me.
That's what I would have known he was black because I'm black. We know our people.
Nah, I don't think so. No, this man was like Robert Kardashian color, like my color, you know.
We got, and guess what? If you look at a picture of Thurgood Marshall, he looked like a white man, but I could tell he was black. Lips big, nose big. He was black.
But nobody answered the comments about, you know, but yeah, Meghan Markle, because I know Sharon Ogden was like, but she looks white, you know, she's white skinned, you know. Yeah, Sharon Ogden was like, she doesn't look black. When Eve was on there, it was when Eve was on there. There's a clip of her saying that.
When you see Meghan Markle,
that's who we're talking about.
No, I'm saying when anybody sees Meghan Markle, you know she's not white. She's not white.
Okay.
When I look at you, I know you're not white. You're not white.
Do you know she's black? Do you know she's black?
No, because I'm black. Yes, I know she's black. Do other people they know she's black now because she's popular? But if you saw her walking down the street without knowing her, she's Meghan Markle, I don't think the average person would know she's black. But black people, but she don't look white. She can't pass for white. Period.
I don't know. I have to really look at it. I really don't watch them like that. But I mean, looking at her from the Oprah interview, I'm like,
Kamala Harris. She can't pass.
No, like my people are her color. Meghan Markle color with her hair. Like my people look like her. Some of my people look like her.
Make all kinds of colors.
Some of my people look like white people, like extremely like albino, like, you know. Yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about this man right here. All right, so. Oh Lord. All right, so the baby removed. He removed his apology on Instagram. After about a week from issuing it, he faced outrage from the mob of social media after saying, quote, if you didn't show up with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexually transmitted disease, that I will make you die. They'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks. Then put your cell phones ladder up, okay? And he said, fellas, if you ain't sucking D in the parking lot, put your cell phones ladder up. All right. And then so later on Instagram, to retract his statement, he did apologize, and he says that his fans are nasty, gay and N-words or junkies. But he, like I said, soon deleted his IG post of his apology. Lisa Durden, I need you to come back real quick. So
I'm back. Sorry about that.
So, you know what the quote he said, and what do you think about him as well as deleting his IG post on Instagram? What do you think about everything?
Well, he has no chance now because he got canceled. He's getting canceled by the second. So all of his, he had a lot of performance dates canceled. You know, there's a thin line between freedom of speech and hate, right? You cannot run around speaking like that and think that people aren't going to say anything. And you know, the argument is, well, he has free speech. Yes, he does. And the people who don't like it also have free speech to tell them they don't like it. And the people who decided you can't play at this venue and you can't play at that venue because the people you're drawing in might be gay and they might feel uncomfortable, or might be HIV positive and might feel uncomfortable, or whatever, that whole long laundry list of things he had to say negatively about this group of people and that group of people. So he has to be able to take his medicine. Just take it on the chin. Bang. That's it.
That's all you got? That's your opinion on it?
I don't feel sorry for him. I mean, do you feel sorry for him? I don't.
I think it's fake outrage. I do. This is another case of being a fake outrage. What we just talked about, what the media shows, and then when you walk out your house, you go to another state, it's very quiet, it's no noise, but on the TV, on social media, it's noise. Fake outrage. Fake outrage. I mean, this man raps about degrading women, violence, drugs, everything. You guys are okay with that. I think it's not you, but I mean the rebuttal is you guys are the record labels, these places that are taking from his platforms and him losing money and everything. He lost at least probably like $2 million, you know, from all of his cancellations, right? It's fake. It's what's trending, what matters. It's what's trending versus so it's immorality versus doing what's moral, you know. So they see what's trending as, you know, saving their dollars from their company, because they see what's trending now is talking badly about the LGBTQIA community, but degrading women and talking about drugs and having sex with multiple women and being like a Cardi B in these damn music videos is not degrading a woman. So no, you can go to the low plaza or whatever and do what you got to do. We're not going to cancel you because it's not trending. I see it's what's trending, right? And so I say let the man live. Let him say what he want to say. To me, this doesn't ruin his career. I don't think he's canceled. I don't. I
think that there's a healthy discussion about. I do think there's a healthy discussion about redemption, right? So I do think that people. I mean, I guess if you're doing something monstrous, like I guess a serial killer, maybe you can't be redeemed. But for the most part, if people say something, I'm sure we've all been there. If you say something you don't mean, or you say something that you realize was not the right thing. I mean, should you be canceled forever, never get a job, never sell an album? No, I don't think that. I think this young man can mature, but right now, you must take those lumps. Now, to your point, I do feel like a lot of those companies, some of them are making these moves because of politics, because, you have
all of
some
them.
of the, you have, I don't think all, but I think some of them are reacting.
Cancel culture mob. Yeah. Rap. Because it's like anything you say against the LGBTQIA, like that community is very structured. So anything you say or anything that goes viral, like literally they had a CEO of a company on video, I forgot what the name of the company was, Eurovision or something like that, approaching a minor that had a dress on with his date. So two dudes were going to a prom, I'm assuming, or they were at a dance. And the guy had a dress on, the gay couple, and and so it was on camera, and the guy just kept like following them around, and so that went viral. So I would say that their community is very structured, and it's like very like they get their word out there. You see what I mean? Like they're more structured than a Black community is. Than when there's outrage in the Black community. I feel like the LGBTQIA is more structured in that. So it's like if. It's fake outrage. It's whatever's trending. That's it's a business. It's business politics.
What people forget is there are Black people in the LGBTQIA community.
No, there is.
No, but we keep acting like it's just white people. It's that community, which is inclusive of Black people, people of color, and white folks. So people act like that's only white people. It's a lot of people. That's the thing. There's an intersectionality. That's what screws you, because that population.
It's fake outrage. So we know certain networks talk about pro-Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we know some networks that lean left talk about pro-Black Lives Matter and everything, whatever. But behind the scenes, they're no different than a Fox News. There's Black people of color that face discrimination issues, right? So, like I said, the trend to get clicks and is to talk about Black Lives Matters and relations and everything, and I'm saying that because if you really cared about that, you wouldn't have all of these discrimination scenarios behind the scenes happening. It's the same thing with what's happening with the baby. These companies see that outrage and cancel mob is trending. They don't want to look bad, so they're pulling the plug on him, right? And let's call a spade a spade. A lot of people in the gay community are not monogamous. They're not. A lot of them, they have open relationships. They fornicate with. They don't believe in wearing condoms and whatever and whatnot. Now, that's not to say that people get HIV. That's not to say because some people get it through like doctor transfusions or through people lying saying they don't have a disease or whatever. But
here's the thing: we can't start having the pain Olympics. There's lots of people that get all kinds of diseases, all kinds of ways.
Right.
Some folks get lung cancer because they smoke. Some folks get lung cancer and they've never smoked. Who's to know? So because you got lung cancer because you smoke, you should not be treated well in the hospital? No. Because you get lung, okay. So it really doesn't matter how you contract the disease or why you fell ill.
I'm surprised. I'm just surprised that he got so much.
So I'm saying the baby should not have been disparaging people in that way.
I agree, but I'm just really just like surprised that he's getting so much, so much trend on this when he's just a rapper. You would think Oprah said this shit,
he's got a huge platform.
But his platform is about degrading people in his music.
But that's the point. They don't want to start sending a mob out there when the baby say F them, then we can all do it because the baby said do it. They want to stop him now.
It's selective outrage. No, it's selective outrage.
I don't think
they're okay with degrading Black women, but okay when it comes to degrading gay men, gay women, whatever people, then it's not okay. You can't be Black and white. You got to be 100% each.
But within the gay community, there are Black people.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is
but they're not okay with it because Black people are in the LGBTQ.
I understand that, Lisa, but what I'm saying is these rappers like the Lil Waynes and the Babies and whatever get money from degrading women, in their music. So where's the outrage for that? It's not trending.
But there is outrage for that because when he's doing all this stuff and talking about the LGBTQIA community, you have trans women and you have Black people all in that community as well.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I don't agree with that.
No, but to your point, we can't. Here's what makes it. What your point is a point. We can't do things when it's convenient because it shows an inconsistency. We can't get angry at Republicans caring about people and putting people in cages, but then Kamala Harris said, "Don't come here."
Exactly.
So that's to your point. I get the point you're making.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that she's exactly the same as Trump, but you can't show that you can't even be in the same building as a Trump. For me to now say, girl, I was like, girl, you went there and talked to those people and said, well, if you think about coming here, don't come. You said that, girl. So that's
right.
What you're making. It's the inconsistencies, it's the hypocrisy and all of that. I get it.
I don't like hypocrites. I don't. It's fake outrage. You talk. I mean, I'm not the only one saying that. Other Black hosts say this as well. It's like, well, they degrade women and this and that. Yes, he said what is wrong, but at the same time, he's like, if you're degrading another, gender or whatever, and it's like, where's the outrage for that? So it's like, it's selective outrage. It's what's trending. That's just what it is. What's trending, But like I said, let's just not lie. There was a epidemic. I think Fauci Kardashian was in charge of that back in the day with the gay AIDS, HIV, a lot of gay people dying and stuff with the pandemic and everything. So it's like, when you have a man and a woman in a relationship, usually the woman is mad about the man cheating or not, because men are naturally, they hunters, right? So when you take two men in a relationship, you got two hunters, right? So logically, you would think that you would think, okay, well, there's 5 times out of 10, their relationship is not monogamous. It could be open, Right? You see what I mean? You see what I'm talking about?
I think there's only a couple of there's only a couple of beings. I think there's a mammal. I think whales are monogamous. It's a couple of birds that are monogamous, but most beings,
Lord.
I think whales.
I'm talking about humans.
But most humans are not monogamous.
Like men are dogs. That's what I'm saying. We're dogs, right?
No, men are not dogs.
Not all of them.
Men are not dogs because dogs are loyal. Men are not dogs. They wish they were dogs. Okay, dogs are loyal.
You know what I mean by that.
I've
always wanted a dog. My mom called me a dog. She's like,
you're insulting dog. So I feel like people. I'm just saying. So I feel like people.
Men are Neanderthals. Okay, how about that?
Well, people are just people. I've seen all kinds of stuff from gender to gender. I ain't gonna name no names. I know 2 friends. Well, one is a friend and one is a friend of my friends. They both wanted a threesome. These 2 ladies wanted a threesome between themselves and 2 men, and they enjoyed themselves. Who am I to judge? I know one girl that goes to sex parties. I mean, I've seen all kinds of stuff with all kinds of people. So I'm over putting people in boxes. At the end of the day, here's what's going to happen when you're real grown. When you're real grown, if you can't take what you dish, think about what the F you say. So the baby, you opened your mouth and you got dragged. That's called reciprocity. Ain't you grown, the baby? Ain't you grown? You gonna cry now? Boo! Oh, you gonna boo hoo hoo? You gonna cry now, the baby?
Yeah, that's the Tucker Carlson thing.
Is that why your name the baby?
I don't know any of his music. I just know him from his hitting. What, didn't he kick a female and push the guy in a hotel on the chair because he thought he was recording? Yeah.
He can't be on that stage doing what he wants and tell us what we can do we want to him. You gave us a gun to shoot you with.
Yeah. I'm just surprised it gotten as big as it got. And I don't know. I know Miley Cyrus reached out to him, but
no, I knew because the LGBTQ community is huge. They got blacks in there, people of color, not just white folks.
So no, I didn't say that.
Intersection of all.
I think what I also think it is.
But black people keep saying, I got to correct blacks. Black people keep saying, well, they did it to blacks, but they are doing it to blacks. A lot of blacks are gay.
Yeah.
LGBTQ. Some are trans. Some are. It's all bi. It's all up in there.
Yeah. Right. I think they're just mad because Lil Nas X is a publicly, he's a out man and he's doing so well in the industry. So T.I. and the baby, they just mad. And it's like my thing is like I don't think he should be canceled, number one, but number two, what I also think is like, why would that come out your mouth on the stage? Like what made you even just think about saying that? And like, you listening? Yeah, so just like when he came out on stage, I was like, what made you think to even say that? And then the way he was walking, I was like, okay, well, he's probably suspect because a lot of these people that self-project about it, they're suspect, and the way he was walking, he had a little fairy to his walk, and it's like, dude, your pants are below your fucking waist. You know the fucking origin history of that shit, huh? I'm talking about the baby. It's like, what would make you think to say that? And then the way he was walking while he said, I'm like, you look suspect, number one. And number two, the history of putting your pants below your waist, that's homosexuality right there. So, I mean, it's like, that's rap culture right there, too.
I don't deal with stereotypes too often because they always end up not truthful. Here's what I'll say about this. When I see people disparaging people in those ways, there's a reason. When you have a hatred for a group of people, I don't know the reason, but there's always a reason.
Yeah.
On stage, and those are your bars you spitting those kind of bars. You don't have no other bars to spit.
Those wasn't even bars. That was comments.
Well, yeah, that was some comment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's all you got in 2021. So I wonder why that's all you got.
Yeah.
So when I see people disparage people and they make it a point to do it, I always wonder what happened to them. Why are you doing this? It's always something. I can't tell you what it is.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Something about the baby, I have a question mark. Why do you hate a group of people so much? Why
exactly? Yeah, exactly. But like I said, I think it's fake outrage. Whatever. I don't know. So you heard about the whole talk situation, right? You heard about it? About what happened on the talk? I have a clip that I had in my archive that I want you to hear from the Daily Mail, because you do know like an audio, like some audio clip came out about Elaine Ritteroff, and so you heard about it? You heard it? Or at least you watched the video of me talking about it? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I can play it. Let me see if I can play it.
Okay. I literally feel nothing, but here's the one thing, and maybe we talk about this more another day, but the thing I hope you're aware of, because I think you said in that room, you saw something in her eye, you felt like she was coming at you like a journalist. Here's the thing I just want you to just know. Cheryl and I are held to a different standard by Black people and people of color out there who expect us to say something about every racist, anything similar, and it puts us in such a f***ed up position that even if we don't have the information, if we don't even really care, if we don't really want to engage, it feels like a spotlight is on us, and so it's like, I think that Cheryl was trying to navigate that line, you know what I mean, where she was like, this is my friend, I know you're not racist, and I hear you though, I will take that to heart. You are right. Like, you wanted to hear, you are not a racist, Sharon.
Yeah.
We know that.
I actually just explained that to her right now.
Yeah. I think she thinks she said that, but she said, I don't think you're racist. And I think she meant the same thing. And I think I might have been a mistake.
I know, and I don't think it's so far.
It's like
this far away.
I left my alcohol out there real quick.
I'll get it.
Oh,
it's a problem.
And I really, that's an enlightening moment for me to hear you say that. Like, I want to apologize because I don't know what I said, but maybe I didn't say I know you're not. I might have said I think, but I need you to know I know you're not.
I know that.
I know you're not.
I know that. But it's just like now.
But now you feel like
I feel the big picture.
100%.
I know.
Okay, I literally feel.
They hired a man. Oops, 1 second. They hired a man on the show. She actually did not know she was. So like the way the Daily Mail reported, they said that her mic was on, but so Elaine Ritteroff ended up going on Twitter saying that she was recorded. Her mic was not on, and she did not know, so she recorded without her consent. So, what are your thoughts? Go ahead.
Unfortunately, when you're black, you better know you're black. And when you're black, you hear me? Oh, do you hear me?
A little bit. You got to fix whatever's going on.
I don't know. Let me take this.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear it better. Are you on a Bluetooth?
Yeah, but when I'm the other thing is still acting crazy. I was on the Bluetooth the whole time. You heard me the whole time? I'm good?
Yeah, I can hear you great now. Yeah.
So when you're black, you have to know you're black. I think she learned a valuable lesson at that show. She's black. And it's something that a comedian who recently died called the N wake-up call. Paul Mooney, if you ever watch any of his old tapes, he tells black people, oh, you're going to get the N wake-up call. The N-word wake-up call. You thought you were not black. I guess she thought she wasn't black. She had a mic on, and she thought the mic wasn't hot, and people in the control room, they're recording it. You don't think your mic is hot, girl? You don't think your mic is hot? How? Didn't you learn from Reverend Jesse Jackson when he said, he was on one of those shows on CNN saying he wants to cut Obama's balls off because he said he didn't know his mic was hot when he was getting ready for an interview? Why did you think your mic wasn't hot? She's dumb. Because whenever you somewhere with a mic on, it's always hot. I would never be somewhere with a mic on and not think it's not hot. So when I'm saying something, I meant to say it. And if I don't mean to say it, I'm not going to say it. She felt she was in a safe space. Black people don't have safe spaces in white places. Black people don't have safe spaces in white places. We just don't. So I say she learned a valuable lesson. I bet you when her contract is up, she's going to leave that show because she's hot. She's pissed. Whoever was in that control room, director or somebody riding those microphones, riding that sound, she knows it's them. And somebody turned that audio out for the world to get.
So you don't think she was recorded?
She was recorded.
No, but she said she was recorded, but it wasn't her mic. It was the fact she was recorded by presumably Sharon Osbourne or whoever on her team, not from her mic, but just recorded.
I don't know what the source was.
Elaine Ritteroff on Twitter saying her mic was not hot. She was recorded without consent. You see what I mean? That's what it was.
No, I'm saying to you. Hold on. I'm saying to you, whatever the source was, you're in a white space and you got a black face, you ain't got no friends. People got phones in their pockets. There's a control room. You got the mic on. I don't know what the source was. Don't you know you're black? She knows now. She knows now that
she played black on TV, but she did not play herself behind the scenes. I'll say that.
She wasn't raised properly. That you are black. My mother and father raised us. You can't do what white folks do. You're black. You're not gonna get the pass. So act like you know. So I like her, but she wasn't raised properly. Because if you were, you would not have been there trusting white folks and talking loose goose with them lips. Period.
My thing is, it's like, right. I think she's shaming black people by saying that she felt that she was put on a pedestal to say what she said on air, her and Cheryl. So now you're taking the narrative that Black people are a monolith, since you felt like all Black people thought Sharon Osbourne was racist, because all Black people don't think Sharon Osbourne was racist. So my thing is, if you felt the way you felt, as you said in that recording, that same narrative should have been on air, as opposed to you thinking every Black people on earth are looking at you to say that Sharon Osbourne was a racist. That's my thing. Because she was degraded on air, but behind the scenes, you're, I'm so sorry. Nah, dog, you fucked up my job. You called me a racist. If you truly felt I'm not a racist, say that shit on air. Don't say that shit behind the scenes, So that's my thing about fake outrage.
No, what I'm saying to you about her, now the content, what she was saying behind the scenes, the content. Now, I was addressing you saying that she was angry because she didn't know she was being recorded. So I was addressing that. Now let me address the content. What she said.
Oh Lord, here we go. Talking about everything.
What she said is sort of true. When Black people see Black people on panels, and somebody white is acting reckless with their mouth, and we're looking like, come on, girl, you gonna let this girl say this? Most of us, I can't say all, most Blacks are expecting them to speak up. She didn't say to say they're racist. She said Black people are putting pressure on me and Cheryl because we're sitting here as two Black people, and every time there's a Black conversation, they want us to speak up as we do, or you'll get dragged. So now, again, don't be in that seat. You can't handle the fire. Get out the seat and give the job to somebody else. If I'm somewhere as a Black person, I've been many places in white spaces and talking about Black issues all the time. I don't love it because I get dragged. But I cannot in good conscience be somewhere where they're talking trash about Blacks, or somebody is acting like a racist, and I'm going to sit right there like I don't see it. I'm not doing that. I don't care what Blacks expect of me. I'm just not doing it. So
in the audio, Sharon said, well, she didn't say I think on air. She said, I think on air you're not a racist woman. She should have said, I know you're not a racist woman, because we've been friends for 11 years.
Listen, it's a live show. It's a live show. Come on.
It's a live show, but what I'm saying is, if
Sharon Osbourne is long in the tooth, she could be the girl's grandmother. Sharon Osbourne needs to sit her behind down somewhere. She's been in the game 50 years. Give the girl a break, because Sharon Osbourne, your lips are loose and you want us to excuse what you said. So the girl said one weird way she phrased something, and you want her to be hung by a noose, but you said all that reckless stuff, and you said Sharon told whatchamacallit to shut the F up. Did you hear that audio?
Well, I think you got to fix your Wi-Fi, my friend.
That's called don't dish what you can't take. You real old, Sharon Osbourne.
I think CBS set them up because they done the setup before. They had a show about using the N-word. I think they got set up because their ratings were low, and then the ratings got higher. They went global, but I mean their strategy sucked. How it turned out and everything. Number two, I think that if she truly felt the way she felt on that audio, she should have said the same narrative on camera, instead of like putting all Black people into one little category.
Osbourne was not a victim, period.
No, I'm not saying that, because she was set up, but she had control. She had full control in that moment.
And Sharon Osbourne had full control. And guess what? Sharon Osbourne was the perpetrator. She got that ball rolling, and she couldn't handle the rest.
Right.
Sharon Osbourne wilded out. She wilded out. She caused the problem by wilding out, and the ball was down the hill already.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is I feel like they got set up by producers, number one. Number two, I feel like if this Elaine is biracial Elaine, she's biracial. Let's remind her she's biracial. I felt like if she truly felt what she felt, she should have said that on air the same way she said it on here. And number three, I also do feel Sharon Osbourne is professional. She had control. She could have been set up, but she had control as a media professional.
No, she told Cheryl Underwood to shut the F up, and she was pointing at Cheryl Underwood's face.
No, that's what I'm saying. She was
out of control.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She had control of that moment. She had control. The network could have set it up, but she had control as a media trained professional to not go that route. But they knew the woman was crazy, so they probably knew they was gonna go that route, and she was gonna get all these damn ratings. She lost her job over a damn tweet over Piers Morgan. That's just it is. So, but I also feel like
Okay.
CBS used her. They used her as a coy. So instead of them having to apologize to the world, they used her as a coy instead of apologizing. You see what I mean? You gotta understand, a lot of these producers, they're no different from reality TV. They're no different from Love and Hip Hop, whatever. They just as messy as. So I mean, this, it's the networks. It looked bad in my opinion. Sharon Osbourne looked bad. This chick looked bad, and that's why I told Nichelle Turner, the girl that's the first Black woman on ET. I told her, I don't know if you saw that tweet, that you got hired over damage control, not because you're not capable, you're not talented, because they hired you right after that situation happened. And she got mad, and the whole tweet. I don't care if she got mad at me. That's fine. You saw that tweet?
No.
Nichelle Turner, she's the first Black woman to anchor Entertainment Tonight. I was like, congratulations, I guess, question mark. You think they hired you over damage control? Because they hired her right after a New York Times releasing an article.
She was already a correspondent on the show. She was,
but they hired first Black woman to anchor. Come on now, damage control.
Anyways, a lot of companies are doing that since the George Floyd situation. A lot of companies saying diversity. Diversity is not the first time it's happened. The 15 minutes will run out and they'll stop doing it. This is
I do feel like it was a setup.
It's all the George Floyd aftermath. That's what all that.
Yeah,
but,
I think it's a setup.
But she's still qualified. But no. No words fall out your lips.
It's like ABC setting up Meghan McCain because they know she's crazy. So they know by them strategizing a segment about
no, she's not a victim.
She's
not a victim. When your mouth opens up on television, your mouth opens up on its own.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They know that person got a mouth.
Then you set yourself up. Your lips can't be pried open. Okay. So no matter what comes at you, you have the ability to shut the hell up or not.
At first, I was like, okay, she should got fired, but now I take it back. I don't think she should got fired. I actually would have watched the show had she been on there. I would have watched just to see what they, just to see.
Right. So I'm not sure. I mean, supposedly she got $10 million to leave.
She got money. She got money. She got money.
So I don't know what the end result of it was, but again, just like the baby, they were losing, sponsors and advertisers. And they didn't want Black Lives Matter to
march. The liberal media got on her. Got on that network,
So they had to now clean up their own mess, and they had to clean up the milk they spilled, kind of thing. So again, that's a live show. All parties know the show is live.
Mm-hmm.
All parties know the show is live. All parties know those mics are hot. You know it's hot, Cheryl Underwood. So you see how careful Cheryl Underwood was talking? You know it's hot. Everyone knows it's hot. So if you now
when we get off of here, that audio is 11 minutes long. So by you being a professional, I want you to go listen to that and tweet me to determine whether you think if the mic was hot or if it was an actual recorder, because you know more than me if it was hot or not. Let me know. It's a full 11 minutes long. I just showed you a minute. It's 11 minutes. The mic or the audio.
I don't know what the source is, but okay, I'll look.
Daily Mail is the source. It's 11 minutes long. Just let's get your chips out and eat.
Yeah. I don't know the source of the audio. Was it her mic? Was it somebody had a phone in their pocket? It sounded like a clean audio. So it didn't sound like it was in somebody's pocket. It was clean audio. So
so you think it was her mic?
I think it was her mic.
She said it wasn't her mic. Elaine said no. She said she was being recorded. It probably was her mic. Her ass, because if you can lie, you already lied. If you can lie on air, you say one thing, and then you tell her one thing off the air, then I don't believe you anymore. That's it. Like you lied. So I think it was a mic. It was clear. Then some parts you could hear leaning or whatever. Like I don't know.
Enough. It didn't sound like it was in somebody's pocket or hidden or whatever. So, but either way, whoever did that, whoever recorded that, they put it up into the media. In other words, whoever recorded that sent a message to her. You not in a safe space, sister girl. Get it together, sis. Because you know you Black. Now she knows. If our good friend was still alive, the comedian Paul Mooney, he would have said, she got her N-word. She got her N-word wake-up call. Oh, you got to go and type in when you leave here all the videos, and he'll tell you what that looks like. Black folks who don't know that they black.
Well, The View had little leaks, so it could be the mic. It could be the mic. It could be whatever, you know.
They recorded it, leaked that audio because they wanted to do it. They didn't have to record her, however did it and link it.
Right. So you have time for one more story?
Oh, yeah, one more story.
Okay, so because we can talk about.
I'll say this one thing. As a media person, I have done plenty of pre-interviews, right? You know, because like you and I do if I'm going to invite you on the Lisa Durden show and I have the Lisa Durden show, I do a pre-interview. If I'm going to do a documentary, I'll call you and do a pre-interview and see, well, what's going on? I can record the thing and make you think it's off the record, and then I'm recording you and then put it out there. I don't do that. But people trust that I'm not doing it. But if I were people, I wouldn't trust nobody when I'm talking to people in rooms, on phones, on Zooms. I'm not trusting you. I'm only going to say in the public what I mean to say in the public.
Yeah. Right. You looking at your phones. I'm like, okay, let's hurry up and go.
No, I'm just making sure it's not ringing. I didn't want to go bing, ding, you hit it ringing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So, you know, she just broke up from A-Rod after him allegedly cheating with some white woman from Southern Charm, the reality TV show, and now she's back with Ben Affleck. So, what do you think about her just introducing a new man, well, an ex-man, into her life with having kids and everything? What do you think about that?
I'm probably gonna get dragged for this, but
speak your mind.
I love J.Lo, like cook food. I really do. But I think J.Lo needs to sit her behind down and just relax. Relax, girl. You're 50. You've been around the merry-go-round a long time with plenty of men. You're not naive about dating in a man. Relax yourself. Gather yourself. Start to get clean energy and then go back out there. You in a rush. You got back with a drug addict, alcoholic, but why would you want a dope fiend? The man don't. His ex-wife had to go find. Remember that time he was somewhere and she had to go find him and he was a hot man. And out of the fact that he was the dad to her kids, she went and found the man and helped him out, of course, which is cool. I don't want you. Listen, I know that alcoholism and drug addiction is a disease like any other disease. However, I have the right to not want to date a drug addict alcoholic. I have other problem. I got big fish to fry. I can't be doing other fish to fry. You want that mess in your life right now? You're inviting that back into your life? Didn't you break up for a reason? I just think it's all wrong. And then you're dragging your children into all these relationships. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know what her issue is, but I'm going to say you have people in the world who are addicted to all kinds of things: food, sex, gambling, drugs, alcohol, whatever. I think there are people, I can't prove it, but I think people who are addicted to that, they're in love with being in love. That's it.
No, I agree. I think she finally happy because she has a record of dating down low men. So she finally found an actual man back in her life again. Huh? What'd you say?
We don't know what folks do in their bedrooms, boo.
Well, no, whatever. But okay, so she has a record of dating DL men, down low guys that aren't really truthfully to themselves. She does. I mean, I'm only critical of her because she got kids. I don't care if she didn't have kids, but it's like it's a lot of confusion for her kids. Her kids aren't even 15. You know, I don't think they're mentally capable of, you know, of seeing every single guy, different guy every 3 to 4 months. If she was like a Taylor Swift with no kids, that's not my business. Do you? But the fact that you got children, it's not really about you anymore. It's about the kids. I know she said she's in therapy. So I think she's like one of them type of girls where she just can't be in bed alone. She always got to have somebody to cling on. But like I said, I think she's happy because she has a man that's actually straight. And now because she has, I mean, I'm not saying all of them, but there's a portfolio of men that she dated that are on the down low. I'm not going to name names, but we all know. Come on now. She kind of reminds me of a Kamala Harris, though. She slept on her back to get on the top in a way. Jennifer Lopez. I mean, you know, you got with Diddy, and you got, you know, come on now. She's talented. Don't get me wrong. She's talented. She can dance. She's beautiful. She's a great actress. I love her and Celine. I think she's a phenomenal actress, but a singer, nah. the whole thing with getting with Tommy Mottola, and that's why Mariah Carey don't like her ass, because it's like everything that was set for Mariah Carey was given to Jennifer Lopez. So it's like her career is by default, just like Kamala Harris' career is by default. Some of the audio clips of some of her songs were done by Ashanti. So it's like her career is pretty much given to her by prominent men, just like Kamala Harris, prominent men. So that's my take on it. So
I mean, at this point, again, I'm gonna just take it right down to the bottom line. When people are adults, they can do whatever they want.
But you got kids. She got kids. She got kids. If I'm dating somebody with kids, I'm gonna tell them, look, I want to make sure we good. I want to date you a year until I meet your kids, because I worry about children. I'm thinking about the kids. That's what I'm saying. Has she been like a Taylor Swift?
I was addressing the Kamala Harris thing. When you're an adult, you do what you want to do.
Go ahead.
So now back to J.Lo. J.Lo, to your point, if it were me, now I'm not a mom, somebody stepping on toes because I'm not a mom, but I'm someone's child, right? If I was a child, I wouldn't want to see my mom or my dad have another new person I got to get used to. I wouldn't like it. I just wouldn't like it. I can't speak for the children. However, beyond the children, or in addition to the children, I've been around. I've dated men before. Like I said to you earlier in the show, I'm at an age where I'm not worrying about a man. Again, if in my travels I meet somebody and we click, and we'll date. I'm not hot on it.
She gonna be calling. Let's get it down.
A man. Oh, hey, he cute. Oh, he cute. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zaddy. Hey, Zaddy. I'm not. It's not. It's not the type of party.
You sound like Monique saying that.
Hey, Zaddy. We're not even doing that. So my thing is, and everyone can't handle that. She might not be able to be in the bed alone. Some people don't like being alone. Some people are in love with being in love. I know men like that. One of my friend's brothers said he's never been without a woman since the age of 14. He's had a girlfriend since 14, and he's in his maybe late 40s.
But did he have long relationships though?
Somewhere, but he's never had a period where there was nobody there.
Yeah.
He himself told me that of his own mouth. So I'm guessing they need to make a diagnosis, some kind of psychosis or neuroses, and give it a label. I don't know what it's called, but you have people like
codependency.
Yeah, So J.Lo, J.Lo was one of those people, but like anything,
tired of using a vibrator in her hands at night. That's what it's called.
Well, no, you're stupid. No, but like anything, we can work on our negatives, right? We can work on our habits. We can work on them. So
she also has a portfolio of men that, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off, but she has a portfolio of men that she dates that needs to be fixing, like, you see what I mean? Like either psychological, not psychological, alcohol, whatever abuse, being used as a beard, not being truly who you are, or being cheated on, I guess. I don't know. So it's like, I wish her well, but I worry about the children. That's it. I
worry about the children, but more importantly, I think that J.Lo needs to work on herself, because I think if you're not good, your kids are not good. So you have to work on your inner peace. And I don't want to sound like a, crunchy granola, Birkenstock kind of girl, because I'm not a Birkenstock.
Tabitha Brown. Yeah.
Right. I'm not a Tabitha Brown. I love her. But, right. And I do love her. But so I'm just a meat and potatoes kind of girl. But I do know I have skin in the game. I'm in my 50s. I have skin in the game. So I've been down the road where she's going, or hell, I'm not that much older than her. So I'm thinking like J.Lo, in other words, it's like a maturity level. Like when you have children, you expect children to walk at 1. Then by the age 3, they're tying their shoes. It's as we mature. I expect people to have an emotional maturity. I expect as you get older, you're not the same girl when you were 20. I got a boyfriend. I met a man. You can't. Did you ever grow emotionally?
I don't think she did. She been working and working too much. Yeah.
Correct. Some people become stagnant at a certain level of emotional maturity. I think she's
stagnant. You think she needs to take time off and reflect on herself, do some self-reflection?
She needs to shut that down. Just shut that whole area down. Shut that whole region down. That whole
like Adele. Adele took a lot of time off after her divorce.
Yeah, I love what she did. Yeah, absolutely. So and there's no specific time, but at least a year or two, chill.
And it's not like she's popping in music. Like, it's not like she's popping. So it's like, you can take some time off. It's not going to affect your music. Your acting career is good. And, you know, people not going to forget about you. So it's like, you can come back.
And listen, I'm not saying don't get it in. I'm talking about
no, we're not saying that. But she's in therapy. She says she's in therapy. So that's good.
She's clearly not listening to a therapist because no therapist.
Yeah, but she said
no therapist is going to advise you to jump from one relationship to another in next month.
Yeah,
is going to say that's a good thing.
Yeah, she did say that Mike and the guy, her baby's father, the marriage ending ruined her. Like, you know, because she was the type to see marriage to be long lasting. So, yeah.
We all have disappointments in life, so I understand that. But
yeah.
But back to emotional maturity. You too old for that, J.Lo. You too old to not understand these things happen, and you got to work on bouncing back. That's what you're in therapy for. You have a place to work at, and you have enough money for a therapist.
Yeah.
You work with a therapist. Are you listening to what the therapist is saying? Are you working on any of the tools?
Yeah, nah. That's 3 months. You already would have knew. I don't know what the time was. I really don't care, to be honest with you. But it's like, that was quick.
To your point, I don't. And then on top of that, I don't like kids living in a world where they're just being dragged around like rag dolls and just bounce. The parent, oh, today they have a girlfriend, tomorrow they don't. My mother has a boyfriend, tomorrow they don't. And I got to meet the kids, or they may have kids, and never going to meet them, and we got to go to dinner. It's just, you're messing up their emotional stability. We need.
Now, Ben is very smart in politics and everything. He's a smart man.
Ben is nothing but an addict.
He's smart though. He's a smart man though. I've watched some clips of him on Bill Maher. He got a brain. He's not stupid like Diddy. He's smart.
Ben's talent, but Ben has to get himself together.
He does. You can't have two people wired wrongly together. Like, so I'm hoping he don't break her heart or whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if he don't want her, then I don't know what's gonna happen. You know?
And then she's parading him around. They're on the red carpet. They're doing this and this and this. I'm like, come on, J.Lo, you're doing the most.
Yeah. I just don't like that she got kids. If she didn't have kids, I'd be okay with it. But I mean, they young. It's not like them kids 18. They young, like they babies. You know.
The reason why I like Taylor Swift is because she's young. That's what you should be doing.
She a culture vulture, but I don't care that she date all of them men. I don't care. That's her. You know.
Well, she dated them and men dated her. Those men aren't virgins either. So they're all different.
Yeah.
So, but the point is, she's a child, right? She's what, 20,
right?
Maybe hitting 30. So like, I'm not caring about somebody 25 years old doing that or 30 doing that. You're gonna find your way eventually, and whatever.
Yeah.
And some, but J.Lo.
I don't think she found it because she's been in the business too long. The business is all about work. It's like a machine. They don't stop. And it's like, it's very hard to sit down and self-reflect, So like Christina Aguilera even took time off when she had her kids. She took time, like a lot of time off. Because it's like, she don't want to parade her kids around in tour buses. She want them to be in a settle down school. And it's a lot on them damn kids, It's a lot. But at least her daughter can sing better than her. J.Lo's daughter can sing better than her, though.
When I saw J.Lo with him, I think I heard her sing a couple of times on stage with her mom. I've heard her with her mom. But when I saw J.Lo with Ben Affleck, you like her?
Yeah.
Like, I thought this was okay.
Her daughter vocally can sing better than her mom.
I've heard her sing before. She's okay.
Better than her mama. Her mama can't sing. So
You think so? No, yeah. Well, J.Lo. I like J.Lo.
Harmonize.
But when I saw J.Lo with Ben Affleck, that old movie that Macaulay Culkin was in, Home Alone?
Of course, yeah.
I was like,
On that note, thank you so much for being here. We got to do this again. This was fun. I know there's a lot of other topics we could be talking about, but I mean,
I enjoy it. Although you're a little bit more conservative than I thought. Okay, it's okay.
Really?
A little oil and water, not a problem.
Huh? What'd you say?
A little oil and water, it's not a problem.
I'm like in the middle. I'm in the middle, But I can take her spot. We be trending on The View. Trust me, we be trending. I can say a whole bunch of ish.
Wait a minute, real quick. Now they put a man on the talk, which I don't. They put a man on the talk as the co-host.
Right. Oh no, I be messing with Kim Godwin on IG. She, the president of ABC, like she likes my posts and everything. But I tell them this. I tell them call the number. I be like, I have a number. Look how ghetto this is. I be like, call this number.
So they could throw me on the View. Because I mean,
no, they're supposed to have men on Fridays. I heard. I don't know if it's a rumor or whatever.
A permanent host on the View, because the show's called The View. That's that's a genderless word.
Yeah,
like the talk is a genderless word. The talk. So they put me in there.
Yeah, the talk is their competition. But so I mean, I heard they're gonna have men on Fridays. I don't know if that's true or not, but I get vaccinated. I'll sell my soul for that. I'm for real. I'll get my shot instantly. Don't even got to pay for my hotel. I don't got to pay for my ticket. Yeah, I'll get my shot.
Yeah, I'll vaccinate for a job. I would vaccinate for a job.
I'll sell my soul for the View. Hell right, I'll get vaccinated, you know. So, but anyways, call that number. Call that number for me. Call it.
Really?
No, for real. Call that number, y'all. All right, well, we have comments. We have people commenting, but I ain't even read the comments, but they'll be all right.
The comments, I'm going to kill you. You didn't read the comments, I'm going to kill you. What are they saying?
They really don't say nothing. You know, they just saying hello, you know. No, it's not a recording, Nicholas. We on live. But that's a compliment saying it sounds like a recording. But yeah. But no, we should do this again. It's 10 o'clock in your area, so you got to go and get some sleep. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. I hope y'all like this and everything. Thank you so much. Deuces. Yeah.